So we have the shoulder blade here. If you were to cut the end of this root of the scapula and look at the end, it would be almost a T-bone shape. There's an area right up underneath here where little trigger points can hide. And the muscle actually follows up through here. This model is not as accurate as it could be. This infraspinatus runs through here, and if little trigger points hide up in this area, they'll constantly reactivate the muscles within a few days or a week, and people will come back with those muscles tight over and over. This little tool will reach right up into that area. Right here's the root of the scapula, and I can use the tool. With a little practice, you may prefer to use it one way or the other, but here I can get right into that little area where those little trigger points hide. Sneak right in there. Very easily release those. And over here, I can sneak into the AC joint, get those little ligaments, little tendons, right on the AC joint. Again, little areas where trigger points will hide. Here's the AC joint from the front. You can go in with a little tool, get right in there. As you probably know, trigger points can develop in periosteum or tendons, muscles, ligaments. You can use the various edges to sneak in there. Some people who have troubles in their shoulders, there are little trigger points hiding in here, which cause a lot of problems. The more precise your treatments are, the more thorough your results will be. When you have people who come in again and again with the same problem, it's likely because you haven't gotten all of the little pieces of the puzzle. If you don't get all the pieces of the puzzle, the muscles will reactivate. If you don't treat the areas where the little problems are, the patient's going to come back a few times and then they're going to give up on you. If you get in and be very thorough and get all of these little places, your results will be dramatically better, and your clients will return and tell others, and your practice will build tremendously. I'm working fairly gently there. Now here's a case where if you need to scrape that plantar fascia in the bottom of the foot, you can use this tool. The little tool is also just perfect for getting in between the toes. These interosseous muscles that are in between the bones. Your toe bone actually continues way up to here. It's actually called a metatarsal. And in between these, there are little muscles. Just like when you eat ribs, there's a little bit of meat in between each bone. Same thing in between these bones. And trigger points will hide up in there and give people all kinds of problems in their feet. And there seem to be very few people that know how to treat those problems. This little tool is just perfect. You'll be able to see. You can feel with your thumb where and if there are any sore spots. You can move the toe bones around and feel if there are any restrictions. Some people you'll find one that's more restricted than the others. You can get in with this little tool just beautifully and get way up inside there. Obviously you'll start more gently if someone has a lot of pain in their feet. These little muscles often have a very bizarre feeling in them. They feel very little like muscle pain. People will interpret it as bone pain or a bizarre type of pain. Stabbing, poking type of pain. The old tool that I used to use was this wedge tool, but it could not reach up in between nearly as well. It's difficult to see on the camera at this angle. This little tool, because of the shape of it, can go way up inside there and get those tissues that are constantly causing problems in the feet. As you work each session a little bit deeper and get in further and further, you'll create absolute miracles in these people. They won't believe how much improvement is going to happen in their feet. They'll come back and just rave about how wonderful it is. She's obviously got her very sore spot right there. I'm just going to push and hold a little bit gently. If it's not too sore, I can move around a little bit. You can also use this in the hands, of course, especially this joint right here. Many people, and probably all massage therapists, have problems in this joint. This little tool will get right up into that joint and treat all the little ligaments, tendons, periosteum. Right there's a little burning on myself. And I can work around in the different areas. Get all those ligaments. It's pretty sore in here, but it'll give me tremendous relief. And my thumbs will hurt a whole lot less. For the first 8 years of my career, getting in here with a different little tool, I could take my thumbs from being in real pain to being completely better. But over the years, using them more and more, I do rehabilitation type of work and work 8 hours a day, and it's just catching up with me. So now I get tremendous relief from this. But I wish that 8 years ago that these tools existed, so I wouldn't have been using my thumbs all this time. But necessity is the mother of invention, isn't it? You can learn from my mistakes and from my pain, and you don't have to have that. These tools are just about indestructible. I've even hit them with a hammer, although I don't recommend you do that. I suggest that they will probably last for many decades. You'll never have to replace them. Your thumbs will be semi-retired, and you will do better work. Check out www.careerextenders.com for other tools and